Good morning, students. Today, our topic is about sports. Look at the picture. It is volleyball. Game played by two teams, usually of six players, on a side in which the players use their hands to bat the ball back and forth over a high net, trying to make the ball touch the court within the opponent's playing area before it can be returned. To prevent this, a player on the opposing team bats the ball up and toward a teammate before it touches the court to face the teammate may then volley it back across the net or bat it to a third teammate who plays it across the net. A team is allowed only 3 touches of the ball before it must be returned over the net. And now let's to the next picture. This is football. Football, also called soccer game, in which two 11-member teams try to propel up into the opposing team's goal, using any part of the body except the hands and arms. Only the goalkeeper, who is restricted to the penalty area in front of the goal, is allowed to handle the ball. The team that scores the most goals is the winner. Association football is the most widely played ball game in the world and most popular as a spectator sport. Well, next kind of sport is basketball. Game played between two teams of 5 players each on a rectangular court, usually indoors. Each team tries to score by tossing the ball through the opponent's goal, an elevated horizontal hoop and net called a basket. The only major sport strictly of use, origin basketball was invented by James Naismith on about December 1st, 1891 at the International Young Men's Christian Association Training School, Springfield, Mass, where Naismith was an instructor in physical education. Now let's look the next picture. This is handball. Handball is a modern game which is popular among our students. The game is played on a court. A team consists of 7 players, one of who is a goalkeeper and the other 6 field players. The object of the game is throw the largest number of balls into the opponent's goal and not to let any balls pass into their own goal. A ball for the game must be round, made of leather with a rubber bladder inside. In handball, the players are allowed to pass the ball by hands, catch the ball, and throw it into the opponent's goal. In the game of handball, the players use natural movements, running, jumping, and throwing, which produce a beneficial effect on the harmonious development of sportsmen. Next kind of sport is tennis. Original name lawn tennis game in which two opposing players, singles or pairs of players, doubles, use tightly strung rackets to hit a ball of specified size, weight, and bounce over net on a rectangular court. Points are awarded to a player or team whenever the opponent fails to correctly return the ball within the prescribed dimensions of the court. Organized tennis is played according to rules sanctioned by the International Tennis Federation (ITF), the world governing body of the sport. Next kind of sport is cycling. We often hear a saying, "Don't invent a bicycle," about something simple and known for a long time. Really, the bicycle is old enough, more than 100 years of age. Its first prototype appeared in 1791, France. The first bicycle race was held in 1868 in Paris, but the sport became popular only several decades later because bicycles were expensive and only rich people could afford them. By the end of the 19th century, many factories produced thousands of bicycles, which became cheap so many people could practice cycling and take part in various competitions. Now let's next picture. It says gymnastics. Gymnastics form an integral part of physical education program. It develops good bodily coordination, grace and strength. Gymnastics exercise on a horizontal bar, parallel bars, under parallel bars, a beam, a horse with pommels, a horse without pommels, long horse, side horse, wall bars, a bag of vaulting bag, rings, steel rings, a gym bench, a gym ladder, a rope ladder, etc. Gymnastics includes sport gymnastics, calisthenics or artistic gymnastics, and tumbling or acrobatics. Well, next kind of sport is athletics. Athletics, also called track and field sports or track and field, a variety of competition in running, walking, jumping, and throwing or passing events. Although these concepts are called track and field or simply track in the United States, they are generally designated as athletics elsewhere. This article covers the history, the organization and the administration of the sports, the conduct of competitions, the rules and the techniques of the individual events, and some of the sport's most prominent athletes. Next kind of sports is surfing. Surfing was invented in the mid-60s by 2,000 Californian surfers, Hull Schweitzer and Jim Drake. Surfers need strong rolling waves and 8 days of calm sea. Schweitzer noticed that one day when the waves were not high enough to surf, there was often a strong wind, and he set about finding a way to use it. Well, next kind of sport, swimming. As a rule, swimmers practice in swimming pools, but in summer they prefer to do it in the river or sea. There are some kinds of swimming pools, pools for teaching, and sporting pools, which may be indoor and outdoor ones. One must distinguish between such swimming strokes as the butterfly stroke, the dolphin stroke being its variety, the breaststroke, the crow stroke, and the backstroke. Swimming are colored accordingly: a breaststroke swimmer, a crow stroke swimmer, a long distance swimmer, a short distance swimmer, a medium distance swimmer, a first relay swimmer, a last relay swimmer, etc. Now, next picture is a kind of sport, baseball. Baseball is America's most popular sport. In a baseball game, there are two teams of 9 players. Players must hit a ball with a bat and then run around 4 bases. A player who goes around all the bases scores a run for his team. The team that finishes with more runs wins the game. Where did baseball come from? No one knows for sure. Many people believe that the idea came from a game played by children in England. Other people believe that a man named Abner Doubleday invented the game in Cornerstone, New York in 1839. But the first real rules of baseball were written in 1845. Alexander Cartwright. Two teams from New York played a game following Cartwright's rules. The rules worked well, Soon there were many teams. And now let's watch a video about sport in the United Kingdom.
Hello. What sport do most British people like? Is it football, cricket, rugby, or something else? The answer is very surprising. In this programme we look at sport, and we begin with some famous sporting venues.
This is Wembley, the scene of some great football matches. All tennis players want to win the tournament at Wimbledon. St Andrews in Scotland is the home of golf. Henley on the River Thames is the centre of the world of rowing. And here in London is Lord's. It's the headquarters of the game of cricket, a very British game.
But sport isn't only for experts. All over Britain, more and more people are taking up different sports and activities. Swimming's popular. There are over 20,000 public swimming pools in Britain. How often do you go swimming?
I go swimming once a week. I go swimming 3 times a week. I go twice a week.
Why do you go swimming?
Because it's fun. I go swimming because it's fun and it's a great sport.
Lots of people go cycling. Over 1,200 clubs belong to the British Cycling Federation. But the most popular sport in Britain is walking. About 40% of British people go walking. There are 225,000 kilometres of national paths in England and Wales. These people are walking along the Pennine Way. It's a very popular walk, and it's 412 kilometres long. Of course, not everybody walks from the start to the finish. The British love watching sport too, on television and live. Over 55,000 people go to see Manchester United play in Manchester on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. Horse racing, motor racing, and rugby are also very popular. Sport is for everybody, young and old. These people are doing aerobics. They do it to keep fit and because they enjoy it.
Some people are more serious about sport. You find people at this club every night of the week. Some are training for competitions. Some are hurdling. And some are running.
Come on, go, go, go! Well done, that was a good time.
Wow, very fast. Most towns and cities in Britain have a variety of sports clubs and facilities, like this athletics club. They often have large sports centres too. And don't forget, in Britain you can also play some unusual and interesting games. Cricket's famous, but what's this?
It's croquet. Originally a French game, it's popular in Britain, especially if you have a large garden. Is this squash? No, it's called real tennis. Modern tennis comes from this game. And what's this? It's a Scottish game called curling. You play it on ice.
Okay? On your marks, get set, go!
So, this is your first homework. Find the 8 words related to sports and leisure activities this crossword. And the second task, Complete the table, write the name of the sport or the player. This is your second homework. Our lesson is over. Goodbye. Thank you for your attention.